We're here for game one. I'm here with defenseman Colby Sealing, Wellesley native. Big win yesterday. How you carry the momentum over into this big game today?
I think it's important we don't get ahead of ourselves. Just take it shift by shift. You know, all the cliches. Just battle our asses off and do what we got to do.
Good team over there. How are you coming into this one to play?
You know, they got some speed. I think we have the physicality though, so if we can take it to them that way, I think we'll be all right.
All right, thanks, bud.
Thanks.
All right, now we're down on the other side with Lakeshore captain Dean Albano. Dean, you guys came out struggling last night. How do you rebound here today?
You know, we just come out hard. Boys got rest, a little bit of bus legs yesterday, and just get pucks in deep and get moving right off the hop. You know, Wellesley's a good team. They're first place for a reason, so we're going to have to take it to them, right? Push the pace.
You've seen Wellesley once already in this tournament. How do you come at them again and do the same thing you guys did last time?
Oh, well, we just got to stick to our systems, play simple, and go from there. You never know, right? Everybody's here for a reason, so it just bounces at the end of the day.
Good luck today.
Thank you, you too.
Captain Lakeshore, back to you guys.
afternoon and welcome to the PJHL Schmalz Cup tournament here in Woodstock, brought to you by the Dairy Farmers of Ontario Milk Up. I'm Steve Sabbert along with John Coleus, getting ready for the Lakeshore Canadiens and the Wellesley Applejacks. A good contest on the way. I'm Steve Sabbert, John Coleus with me this afternoon, 519 Sports crew providing us with the images, and we'll get to the opening face-off shortly. To go, Lakeshore Canadiens and Wellesley Applejacks in the first of two semifinals. In net for Lakeshore, number one Romano Liberti, who gets the start today, the veteran netminder for Lakeshore.
The veteran netminder, he was in net last year in Guelph in the Schmalz Cup final. That game went to overtime. Liberti with the win. It's the veteran against the rookie from Wellesley Applejacks, Noah Bender, the 16-year-old. I love the matchup. It's going to be great drama today, Steve.
Good news for the Canadiens, number 12, Dean Albano in the lineup. The captain, who was injured in a game against Stainer, and is in the lineup today.
A big boost for the Canadiens having their captain back in the lineup, Steve.
Away we go, and up the near side to center ice area, back into Lakeshore zone. Albano over to the near side, and it's going to be moved up by Fable, and now far left side into the Wellesley zone. High shot on Bender, easily blockered away, and the puck escapes the zone on the far wing. Wellesley winning their game yesterday over the Stainer-Siskins. Lakeshore being shut out by Clarington. But they didn't have a number of skaters, number of regulars in their lineup, and it looks like they're all back today. So that should be an interesting storyline. The Canadiens can't escape their own zone. High slot area picked up by Lakeshore, and they're going to spring a winger on the far side. This is Bizon into the zone, coming around the net, handled along the end boards, but they keep it in. Back behind the Wellesley net, Baker trying to clear. Can't do it first time, and now he'll throw it to the open wing far side, and it gets out. And down the ice, the puck goes into the Lakeshore zone. Liberti turns it away to the corner. Puck on the far side. Baker handled his man along the boards, but the puck escapes, and that's going to force Romani back into his own end. Off the glass and back to center ice. We are in elimination territory now. Must-win situation for these teams if they want to move on to the final tomorrow. Puck on the far left wing. Canadiens fired into the offensive zone. LeBlanc on the near side, coming for it. Behind the net. Send it in front of the net. Harmlessly slipped through, so Lakeshore trying to keep it in. Near corner, Applejacks look to clear, and they'll flip it to center ice. Took a nice little bounce, and it's Wiki up ahead for Wellesley. Couldn't handle it cleanly, and Lakeshore gets it down the other way. into the zone. Big hit LeBlanc as he rocks his man, but the puck gets back to center ice. We talked about the intensity today, could be a little more, and this is going to be a cross-checking call as Butler felt the stick on the back, and first power play opportunity going to the Wellesley Applejacks.
A game of emotions, Steve. Everybody's amped up. There was just a big hit by LeBlanc down low right in front of Bender, and then another check from the Canadiens. That's a penalty. I don't see who it's going to. It's going to be Sinisak, number 13 for the Canadiens. Wellesley Applejacks are heading to the first power play of the game here, Steve.
Face-off will go into the Lakeshore zone. Waiting for the discussion in front of the Lakeshore bench to finish. We're set to go here. So man advantage Wellesley in the early going. Puck on the near side. Applejacks unable to keep it in, and it's going to be Walker coming up for Lakeshore. Off wing, shorthanded. There's a shot, and Bender square to the shooter, able to make the save.
Yeah, a little attention to detail when you're on the power play. If you're an Applejack, you have to know that these Canadiens can move speed and numbers and get into your zone quick. Walker with the shot, Bender with the save.
In behind the Wellesley net, Glazer back to pick it up. He'll flip it over to the near side. This is Baker again. Has to squeeze through a check. Bizon on him, and he fires the puck into the offensive zone. Walker forecheck, he'll peel away. Now he'll force the puck carrier to do something. It slips up the right wing, and the Applejacks gain the offensive zone. Flip towards the slot area. Lakeshore unable to pick it up and clear. Wellesley handling it now on the perimeter. Calling for it is Glazer. Has it. Looking for an avenue. Shot saved by Liberty. That got through, but Liberty able to get an arm on that one.
His first test of the game, big save, Liberty.
A lot of traffic in front. Able to snuff it out. Applejacks with under a minute to go on the man advantage. Led by number 11, Baker again. All the way down the ice. This is going to go for icing and bring everybody back into the Wellesley end.
That's what your veteran goaltender does for the Canadiens. Liberty through traffic, blocker save. The last time these two teams met, Steve, was last weekend when Wellesley made the trip to the Atlas Tube Recreation Center, and it was the Canadiens with a 4-1 win at home.
So a little familiarity between the two teams coming into today. Puck to the near side. Here's Kitsubi. Feeds it over on the far right wing. Wellesley in on the attack, looking for the point. D was changing, and a bad giveaway. Up comes LeBlanc, number 22. Wellesley back, and LeBlanc knocked off the play. A big hit by Carson Wickie, who stepped up on his man. But a bad change by the Applejacks leading up to that point. And Lakeshore able to clear the puck down the length of the ice again. So not a good start for Wellesley on the power play. Still a little bit of time, 40 seconds. Applejacks send it up the ice, and now it's directed back into Applejack territory. Clemmer has to come back for it, but again, an aggressive penalty kill by Walker to keep the puck in Wellesley's end, not allowing them to set up. Now the Applejacks trying to use the near wing. Clemmer sends it across the ice, and Walker just all over the place for the Canadiens here. Time disappearing on this power play, and Wellesley looks to be a little frayed along the edges, and this one is going to go for icing, and that's going to do it for the power play.
Yeah, early on in this game on the PK, the Canadiens, their speed, team speed is evident. They're applying pressure to the Applejacks. Applejacks have to adjust. Olympic-sized ice surface here at the beautiful Reeves Community Complex in Woodstock, Ontario. The Canadiens can skate. Applejacks have to make some better selections on their pass and use the whole ice to their advantage.
Looks like we're waiting for something with the clock as three officials are talking to the scorekeeper here. And the penalty could be over. So there's 4 seconds showing on the scoreboard. But the Canadian comes across Sinisak. and they'll count the penalty down. So Lakeshore back to full strength here. Face-off goes in the Wellesley end. After the icing call, no score here. Just waiting for the score clock to reset. So first of 2 semifinals here today at the PJHL Championship. The other semifinal will feature Stayner and Clarington. Puck in the Wellesley zone. Looking to fish it out, and Lakeshore sending in 2, if not 3 on the forecheck, trying to hem in the Applejacks, lifted high in the air. Doe trying to play it, and the Applejacks gain an edge. Lacey coming in, but he has no support. Kitsubi was late getting there. Puck along the near side in the Lakeshore zone. Back to the blue line, kept in by Wellesley, tipped out of play. And right now, Lakeshore always gravitating to the puck carrier, not allowing him to make any slow decisions.
Slow decisions, puck presence, puck pressure. You mentioned semifinals, Steve. You can't beat the intensity here. We can watch round robin games, but we're here in Woodstock and it's meaningful. Winner goes home. Winner plays tomorrow, loser goes home.
Romani with the play at the blue line, slid across to the far side and tipped in by Wellesley. They'll go on the attack, forcing Albano back, the captain. Puck on the far boards, Lakeshore gains control. They have some time and space. Up through center ice and over the blue line, Wellesley backing up. Puck in behind the Wellesley net now as the Canadiens try to send it back. From the far side, tipped on the way in. Bender stayed along the ice and able to kick it away. Good job by the youngster. Canadiens have control again up through the middle. This is going to be called icing, and that'll go all the way back to the Lakeshore end. Again, a very large ice surface, Olympic size, and we've seen the teams trying to stretch that pass all weekend long.
Trying to stretch the pass, gotta make contact though, because you have a face-off right in front of your goaltender. This is where winning face-offs is the key here. Kyle Baker for the Applejacks taking the draw.
Wingers a little bit antsy here. Wellesley will have to change up their face-off man and bring Jake Clemmer in to take the draw. Can't win it. Canadiens have it on the near side, off the glass and out over the blue line. Through center ice, it's going to be Stemler sending it out to the far wing. Applejacks walk it in, quick shot, hit a body. Look out, Applejack defenseman fell, but his partner Clemmer able to cover him up. Clemmer in deep now, battling Albano along the end boards. Referee telling him to move it, still in play. And Lakeshore can't clear the puck, kept in by Wellesley. Wicki down low now, working it in the corner. Wicki trying to get away from Lakeshore's captain. And now flip back to the point, but it's tipped away by Bisson. And here he comes down the ice into the Wellesley zone. Puck along the end boards, comes around to the near side. Lakeshore's pinches in. Sinisak keeping it in the zone. And now Wellesley has a chance to move it. And it's in behind Silvera and goes for icing once again.
Another stretch pass, another icing. Applejacks have to be careful not to give opportunities to Canadiens. A little turnover there, wrap around the boards. Defenseman misses the puck. Then you have the Canadiens going in with speed. They don't need any help here. They're a good team. A little more puck control for the Applejacks here early in the first period.
Into the corner, Applejacks able to play it over to the near side. Silvera's there, but unable to chip it out of the zone to the blue line. Now it gets out by Garvey, and a foot race here as Butler will give chase, but Garvey in there plenty of time. Left-hand side now is Pryrene sends it in to the Wellesley zone. Bradley off the near boards and into Lakeshore territory. Again, will be whistled down with 12:38 left to go here in the first period and no score.
Decent crowd here today, Steve, at the Reeves Community Center. Wellesley being 30 minutes away, they're going to get some hometown support and a few Canadiens jerseys, hats from Lakeshore, Ontario.
Here's a shot in on Bender, able to make the save with the glove hand.
Noah Bender, the lefty. You don't see that too often. Flashes the leather.
Both teams still trying to find a little bit of a rhythm here. Lakeshore has the puck in deep around the net, but it's going to be Penner, and look out as he looked to clear it. And he fired it over the low glass and right into the crowd, so make sure you're paying attention.
For sure. First goal of the game, I'm going to state the obvious. It's important. You have a game plan and you want to stick to it. You get the lead, you can play with it. If you're playing from behind, you're going to have to deviate from it and take chances. So first goal and holding a lead is important here in the semifinal game, Steve.
Puck on the near side after the draw. 2-on-2 battle down low. McCombs comes up with it around his own net. Up to the right wing and now through the middle. Katsubi trying to push it ahead. Can't do it and fired back into Wellesley territory. Penner has it now for the Applejacks. He flubbed on the pass out, and here comes Slaggio into the offensive zone. Pass out in front, that never reached its intended target. Hoff now will pick it up for Wellesley. Hoff looking around up to Katsubi, has some space. Katsubi coming in, shot saved by Liberty. And it looked like Katsubi was being tied up, but still got a decent shot away. Number 14, one of the leading scorers on this Applejack squad. Puck along the end boards in the Lakeshore zone, now up the near side and cleared back to center ice. Fired right back in by Wellesley. Picked up by Fable, swings it to the near boards. Lakeshore looking for space, and it'll be cleared down the ice. Launched in the air, now back to the Lakeshore blue line. Canadiens will back it up a little bit, try to get something set. Fable sends it over to the far side, back to Fable. The defenseman looking around. Now Wellesley getting a little more aggressive, and long pass tip, so no icing this time around. Looks like Wellesley trying to work a wing lock, forcing the play to one side of the ice. They have it now in their own zone. They go off the boards and out. That's up ahead, and here comes Clemmer with some speed. Shot hit a shin pad, and pass to the far left side. Here comes Scarlett. Scarlett with the shot wide of the Applejacks net. Now we're starting to open up a little bit more here as the teams get their legs underneath them in this Saturday afternoon contest. Coming up to the midway point, we have Alec along the boards today. We'll join him in the next stoppage of play. Puck in over the Lakeshore blue line. Look out, cleared by the defense now to the far side, and it's up the ice by Scarlett into the zone. Has Higginbottom with him. Pass through the slot to the near side. And kept in by Garvey as he pinched in for the defensive position, but cleared by Wellesley along the far boards. Right back in. The Applejacks will have to chase it down. Stemler gets it by Sinisak, tipped into the Lakeshore zone. Forecheck going in. Silvera on Garvey. Now over to the far side, and the Canadiens will skate three out, but the deflected pass onto the stick of the Applejacks, and they'll get it the other way as they're into the Lakeshore zone. Canadiens defense takes over. Near boards, gets by Butler down the ice. This one will be icing. Let's go down to Allen.
Thanks, guys. And well, Wellesley, you know, the new team here, all three other teams were here last year. They came in with kind of a chip on their shoulder. They got on a good run, and hey, they're in first place after the round robin. I talked to some staff just before this interview here, and he said expect a different result than we had last time. Lakeshore, really the only hiccup on this run from Wellesley, beating the two other teams. Back upstairs to you guys.
And the fans for Wellesley coming in to support their team as they look to march on from today. But it's not going to be easy when you face the defending champions. Puck in the near corner in the Lakeshore zone. 9 minutes left here in the first period. Both teams trying to dig at it. Nobody really in front of Liberty as the puck sails over to the far side, and the Canadiens will skate it out. Left wing rush in on Bender as the puck rolls in, and he won't take any chances. And some pushing and shoving after the whistle as Novako was a little too close to Wellesley's goaltenders for someone's taste.
.46 left here, first period, no score. Like you said, Steve, it is starting to open up a little bit. Feel-out stage is going to come to an end. I want to see more stretch passes. I want to see more teams entering the zone with puck possession, trying to get a play and a shot on net.
Pass up the near side, tipped into the zone. Wellesley back to pick it up. Romani sends it up the far side. Applejacks trying to exploit that wing as they get it into the Lakeshore end, and picked up by Katsubi, fights off a defender. All he can do though is dump it in deep, and Liberty will cover that up. Katsubi strong on the puck, but just couldn't get a shot away.
Sure is. Kasubi, Elmira, Ontario native, had that nice goal yesterday. Short-handed, it was a laser right along the ice. He has skill. 49 points in the regular season to prove it, Steve.
Shot right off the draw, and Liberty is there. Wellesley coming off a win against Stainer on Friday's action. Lakeshore winning this face-off and around to the near side, giving chase. Sladjo, it's all the way down the ice. O'Donnell back to pick it up. Oh, and he goes into the end boards hard. Play's going to continue, and he is slow to get up. And he'll go straight to the bench, holding that left arm. Lakeshore with presence. There's a shot saved by Bender and flipped off the glass on the far boards. So Lakeshore able to keep it in. They get a chance. Another shot. Good pad save by Bender down low. Sent off the end boards over to the other side. Albano keeps it in towards the net. That's turned away by Bender. So Lakeshore not afraid to get it hard and low along the ice on the Wellesley crease. Katsubi now through the middle. Far side pass to Glazer. He's into the zone. Quick shot, and Liberty with the save. And O'Donnell having a seat on the Wellesley bench, number 22, after taking that hit along the end boards. So we'll keep an eye on him. Face-off will be in the Lakeshore end.
Both teams not passing up opportunities to get shots on net. Get the first shot, juicy rebound. Never know what can happen, Steve.
Haven't seen too much action in front of the nets in the sense of anybody planting somebody in front of the goaltender. Lakeshore trying to play it out the far wing, unable to do it on the first attempt. Wellesley with the nice play to keep it in. Glazer sends it in a little deeper now. Lakeshore, look out, shot, and Liberty watches that sail wide. And that shot came in on a hurry. Puck to the far wing. Canadiens able to get it into the zone. Now they'll look to attack. They're down low, looking for somebody in front. Walked out, high slot. Oh, there's another chance. Wide of the net as Bizon shot it wide. Applejacks survived that little rush. Now they'll try to respond. Clemmer on the far wing just gets it into the Lakeshore zone, and Wellesley changing. Far side. Bryan sending into the offensive zone. Wellesley back to pick it up. Around over to the other side. And this is going to be icing. Easy call for the linesman as Silvera was nowhere near center ice.
Bizon open all alone in the slot. That would be the first prime shot. Just couldn't pull the trigger on young Noah Bender, who has made some saves early in this game here.
Both teams really trying to exit the zone on the wings. And good job by the Canadiens to seal that wall to keep the puck in. Now the Applejacks find a little space, but Lakeshore's defense back to play it in. Look out, Joe is ridden into the near boards, pops right back up. And gets back into the play. Has the puck now. LeBlanc able to tip the puck into the Wellesley end. That chases Penner back on the near side. Dorbecker looking to help out. Trying to dig at it. Pulled out by Novako. Shot off a leg and out of play. That was deflected by number 12, Sealing.
Head coach for the Canadiens, Anthony Aquinta. Ryan Gerber, head coach for the Applejacks, talk about exits up the boards. You have to make those quick adjustments in a one-game elimination. You don't have the luxury of a practice during the week in a 4-7. Quick, your team needs to respond, and they have to listen to get the puck out and get into the offensive zone.
Both teams so far seem to be very evenly matched when it comes to speed. And another issue in front of the scorekeeper's box here as they're discussing something with the timekeeper. Talking with some of the organizers of this Schmalz Cup tournament. Friday, a pretty good day. 1,400 fans coming through the gate to catch the two games. So sure they're hoping the trend continues on this semifinal Saturday. Now the referee will go and to explain what's happening with the coaches on the bench. So they'll sort things out and we're ready to go again. Wellesley able to win the face-off in their own zone and sent back through center ice. That'll push Fable back. He feeds it to the open wing on the far side, and Lakeshore trying to zigzag their way across. They get the puck in the zone, but not for long. Look out, Wellesley attacking, high shot. And it looks like Liberty got the blocker up just in time on that one.
Yeah, it's Cambridge native Adam Hoff with the laser. Liberty with the save, blocker out of play. Bouncing puck, that was the pass, the elevation pass, the rainbow, it bounced off the ice. Hoff with the shot on net.
Frateroli chases it down, takes a hit, but the puck gets out of the zone. Some help there from Walker. Wellesley now will bring it back in quickly. Butler's shot off a leg, picked up by Walker, sent over to the far side, almost intercepted by the Applejacks, but Lakeshore able to get it out of the zone. Down the ice they go, offside. Frateroli now getting tied up with Wellesley's Austin Stemler, but offside the call on that rush.
Slado just a little too eager to get into the zone. Offside. 4:42 left here, first period, no score.
A couple of chances for both teams, but nothing sustained in the offensive zone for either side so far through this first period. You have to wonder when the teams will really try to push the offense as the game stretches on. Right now it's Wellesley through the middle. That missed the intended target though. Won't go far enough for icing as it bounced off the boards, and Garvey was right there. He was knocked down on the ice. Lakeshore will clear back to center. Sealing was there. There's a big hit by Clemerle on the near side, and now back into Lakeshore territory. Sharp angled shot. Liberty hugs the near post. Knocked it away, and look out. Oh no, a fan got hit with the puck. Standing back up along the railing, being looked after by some co-fans. So the glass here in Woodstock, it's high along the end boards, but then dips down quite a bit when you get kind of halfway through the zone. So hope the fans okay. Puck rolls in on Liberty, and he'll cover it up for a face-off. Puck along the end boards. Wellesley working it in the corner. Lakeshore again aggressive on the puck carrier. Applejacks trying to get away from the pressure by quick cycles. Near corner, worked around by Butler. Picked off around the net, and it's going to be Scarlett sending it up to the near side, and here comes the Canadiens rush now as it's sent into the offensive zone. Wellesley gets back defensively. Outlet pass didn't work. Scarlett trying to pass it back, and that was knocked away. Dangerous opportunity there, almost forming. Lakeshore gets the puck back and offside again on the Canadiens, and attention to detail just not where it should be at this point.
Yeah, I agree with you, Steve. Almost trying to play too perfect instead of letting your abilities take over. You're here in the Final Four weekend for a reason. You have skill. Get some confidence. If you start playing or trying to play perfect, it doesn't work out for either team.
Wellesley able to win the draw just outside the blue line, up to Katsubi. He's coming in on three, skater shot, hit the post, gets it again, they score! What an effort by Katsubi as he came in 1-on-3, took a shot, it rang off the post, and he was able to pick it up and put it in, make it 1-0 Wellesley.
Yeah, that's talking about driving the net. Katsubi, great speed, hard shot, hit the inside of the post, took a funny bounce. The key to that is he didn't stop moving, made his way to the net, got his own rebound. Katsubi gets the opening goal in the semifinal game, Steve.
And the Wellesley bench and their fans elated to see that puck go into the net for the opening score of the game. Puck along the far side in the Lakeshore zone. There's a shot. Liberty will lay it to the near side. Now you have to wonder if Lakeshore will try to open it up a little bit with their speed. Here's the pass in front. Katsubi fanned on that one as he was on the doorstep. Lakeshore now, they've got a man way up high, but easily picked off by Sealing. Canadiens will chop it in the air, and this one goes out of play.
Both teams early in this game sending one forechecker hard. We haven't seen too many battles below the goal line, Steve. But like you said, with the Applejacks getting the first goal, will that change the demeanor and the pressure of the Canadiens?
Far side, Wellesley shot wide of the net, and now picked up by Garvey, looking for some space, but Wellesley in quickly for the forward check, trying to drive it to the net, and still kept in. Now Lakeshore, far side pass, 3-on-2 coming in. Look out, missed hit there, and Wellesley able to step up and steal the puck. And here comes Romani on the far side. Look out, he's drilled to the ice as Garvey stuck with him. Puck on the near side, kept in by Wellesley at the blue line. In deep, Scarlett will just play it to the near side. And Higginbottom will send it across the ice, far wing. And it's going to be brought in by Bizon. There's a shot high off the end boards, and Wellesley will knock it back to center ice. Back into the Lakeshore end, off the end boards. Here's Galvin with it, trying to settle it down a little bit. Just over a minute to go here in the first period, and a 1-0 lead Wellesley on a great effort by Katsubi. Puck just inside the blue line, but picked off by Dorbecker. He's coming down the near side. Dorbecker with the high shot, and that's off the goaltender. Canadiens get to the rebound. Pass up to LeBlanc. LeBlanc trying to get in. Nice defensive play there by number 12, Sealing. Puck to the near side, still kept in. Here comes Novako. He's knocked into the boards. Wellesley trying to feed it to the corner, but that was read by Sinisak, but he couldn't get it to the front of the net. And look out, Novako knocks his man down. Play continues here. Along the end boards, LeBlanc picked up by Butler. He'll escape over to the far side, find some space, knocked into the Lakeshore end, no icing. As time is winding down here in the first period. Last second rush, here comes Walker. Slicing his way through, puts on the break. Walker looks around. No passing options that were viable. Stays with the puck, sends it back to the blue line. Albano there to keep it in. Just seconds left, and tipped in front away from the net. They're going to have to get a shot in off a leg, and that will do it for the first period, as despite a last-second Lakeshore push, Wellesley with a 1-0 lead.
1-0 lead for the Applejacks. It was Kasubi following his shot, rebound, goal, and that's all she wrote for the first period. 1-0 Applejacks.
So the teams will go and get a rest here after the first period of play. 9-8 were the shots. And let's go down to Alec.
Here we go, Ronald. Hey guys, I got Isaiah Kitsubi. Yeah, you can take your bucket off if you want. Isaiah, how big was that? First goal of the game, you guys evenly matched so far through the first. How big is it to break the ice?
Yeah, that's huge for the momentum there. It was a pretty even period, but to get that one, it feels huge going into the second here.
These guys really your only blimp on the radar here so far through these playoffs. How do you come out today and finish this 40-minute period?
Yeah, scoring first is definitely huge. We've seen them before, so we know change our game plan up a little, and I think it worked really well.
Thanks, Isaiah.
Thank you.
Isaiah Kitsubi, guys, opening goal here for the Wellesley Applejacks. They lead 1-0 after 20. I'll send it back up to you guys.
Thanks, Alec, and the teams will get a rest. You're watching the Schmalz Cup playoffs here in Woodstock. PJHL brought to you by the Dairy Farmers of Ontario. Back with the second period here from Woodstock. Second period action just about to begin here. It's Schmalz Cup tournament play in Woodstock, brought to you by the Dairy Farmers of Ontario. Steve Samard, John Colias. Glad you can join us. 1-0 lead, Wellesley over Lakeshore after the first period.
It was Isaiah Kasubi, 16:59 into the first period. Comes down the right side, gets a shot, hits the far post. Then he drives the net, gets his own rebound, makes no mistake. That's the opening goal here. That's the only goal. It's 1-0 Applejacks after one. Shots on goal are 8-9, so they're close that way. Look for both teams to open up. I want to see if the Canadiens will push here, send 2 forecheckers, put pressure on the Applejacks deep below the goal line, Steve.
Face-off win by the Canadiens. They'll start with possession. Here comes Albano up over the blue line into the Wellesley zone. They don't contain. Hoff sends it, gets a return pass. In comes the Wellesley attack. Kitsubi coming to the near side, doesn't pursue now. He'll try to track down Albano, but the puck is passed around and the Canadiens will try to swing it up the near side. Not cleared, kept in. Kitsubi trying to give a little soft pass to Combs, but he didn't see it. And no chance from there. Lakeshore now tipped into the Lakeshore bench.
I'm sure head coach Ryan Gerby's thinking, Kasubi, you have a cannon. You're in the slot. No sauce. Laser to the net. Maybe there's a rebound. Kasubi can shoot. Next time, I think you will, Steve.
So just outside the Lakeshore blue line is where they'll set up. Scarlett lining up for the Canadiens. Baker for Wellesley. Baker wins that contest. Blasted in. Off the blocker, the Lakeshore goaltender. There's a shot down low. Look out, big save with the left pad as Liberty on his back stretches out the leg and makes the save. Good chance by the Applejacks there. Fans appreciated that little rush, and Wellesley coming out with a bit of a push in the early part of the second period. Now Lakeshore able to get it down the length of the ice. Scarlett to the near side, trying to keep it in deep, looking for some support, but it's swung over to the far wing, and the Applejacks will get it up the ice. Wiki couldn't find the bouncing puck. Now Dorbecker sends it in. Chasing Doe back. Doe over to the far side, and Higginbottom looking for the outlet. That comes down into the Wellesley zone. Applejacks take over, and they tip it into the Lakeshore end. Liberty around the boards to the near side, kept in. In comes Glazer. He's knocked away from the puck, and here comes the Canadian attack. Novako coming in, Bender with the save. Rebound cleared over the far boards. Lakeshore keeping it in, and Bender was upended in the crease. 2 players there, 1 from either team, so that stops the play as the net comes off.
It was Navako driving the net. Makes contact with Bender. Net off. It's going to be a face-off just to Bender's right.
Play swings around to the far side, and Katsubi has it. Nice little pass out to Hoff. Here he comes up the near wing. Hoff takes a shot, but that's off the Canadian stick. Goes to the far side and out of the Canadian zone. Wellesley sends it right back in. Liberty will leave it there for Doe. Hoff in on the forecheck, and we thought Lakeshore might get a little more aggressive here in the second period, but so far it's Wellesley that's been the aggressor, and they continue to push. Katsubi coming in. Hoff in the high slot, gives it all across, and a save by Liberty as he tracked that puck off the stick of McCombs.
I agree with you 100%, Steve. It's Wellesley Applejacks with the push, getting the puck wide, taking the shot, but it's driving center forward, going right to Liberty, looking for a rebound. That was definitely talked about in the dressing room by Coach Ryan Gerber. Boys, we need to get traffic when we're shooting. Players got to be driving the net here. Great opportunities.
Canadiens swing the puck around their own net, but Wellesley was in good position. Silvera knocked down. Here's Dorbecker in the corner, leaves it there. Canadiens hemmed in a little bit here in the early going. Chance to clear, and they do this time down the length of the ice. Sullivan giving chase. He'll put on the brakes in front of the Wellesley net over to the far side. This is tipped, so no icing. The one linesman had his arm up, the other linesman waving it off. So play continues. Here's Hamlin coming in on the backhand, a shot, and that's steered away by Bender. Look out, puck in the blue paint, and Bender's there. Wellesley's defense, no idea where the puck was. Lakeshore with a chance.
Herneman right on the doorstep there. Noah Bender, top of the blue. The icing that the Lakeshore Canadiens didn't like almost worked out in their favor. They didn't get the icing. Play went up the ice, and they had their first scoring opportunity the second period here, Steve.
Play continues in the Wellesley end on the ensuing face-off. The Applejacks will clear this one, should go for icing. And sure does. Will come back into the Wellesley end. Great crowd here again this afternoon in Woodstock for this first of two semifinals. The second one featuring Clarington and Stainer. That is scheduled to start at 5 o'clock. Wiki sends the puck up the ice, but intercepted by Garvey. Gets it back to the blue line. Garvey again now drives it deeper into the Wellesley zone. Applejacks are there. Big hit on the boards, and we're going to get a penalty. And number 18 for Lakeshore, Frateroli, will go to the penalty box. And it's going to be possibly a 2 and a 10 here. Chapman with the call. It's a checking from behind. So 2-minute checking from behind, which carries a 10-minute misconduct.
And a game ejection, I believe, Steve. So that could be the end of the game for Frateroli.
Yeah, Frateroli is going to be sent to the dressing room.
Kobe Sealing, the recipient of that check from behind. 2-minute power play for the Applejacks here. Frateroli just a little too aggressive below the goal line. Hit from behind, game ejection.
Interesting discussion on the ice by the officials. I don't know what they could be talking about here, but they're going to bring the face-off outside of the Lakeshore zone, it looks like. Or just outside of the Wellesley blue line.
I'm not sure why, Steve. I understand if the D were in, but it'd be out here. We'll have to go back to the tape and check it out, Steve.
Well, they had a elongated discussion about it, so in the end, it's a Wellesley Applejacks power play. Lakeshore will clear the puck down the length of the ice. Glazer back to play it. Walker is out as a penalty killer, number 43 for the Canadiens, and Wellesley had a power play opportunity back to the first, and the Canadiens were making quick work of that opportunity, and they'll send the puck down the ice again. Walker trying to beat his man to the play, and he will get to the puck first and try to keep it in the Wellesley zone as much as possible. Applejacks come back in numbers, though, and the Applejacks still having a little bit of difficulty getting set up here. Here comes McCombs now through the middle, and it's going to be Wiki in with a high shot off the end glass. Lakeshore there to clear it. So one shot and out with a minute left in the power play. Sealing back to pick it up. Left side moved up by Baker into the zone. Hoff now. Hoff swings it to the corner. Applejacks in deep. Will look to set up the unit now. Here's Katsubi looking around, slides it across to the far side. Back to the top of the point. Low shot comes in. Missed tip. Katsubi there to pick it up. Wellesley now trying to work it around the perimeter. Again, Lakeshore aggressive on the puck carrier, and they'll get it out of the zone and further. In comes LeBlanc shorthanded. LeBlanc can't cut to the net, and Lakeshore wants something there, but no go as number 22 was trying to cut hard to the Wellesley crease.
The LaSalle native, Braden LeBlanc, what a truck, up the left side, driving the net, looking for a call. Wipes out Noah Bender. No penalty, 20 seconds left in the Applejacks power play here. Canadiens aggressive on the PK, using their speed to create difficulty for the Applejacks.
They win the face-off, but the dump in hit a skate, and away goes Silvera. He's into the zone, pass to the front of the net. Dorbecker nowhere clear. Close to that pass. Worked around the Lakeshore net, coming over to the near corner. Picked up by Wellesley as they try to cycle it around. Silvera tied up, and Lakeshore sending it down the length of the ice again. Sidisak will give chase this time. Played by Bender to the far side. Wellesley can't get it out, kept in along the boards, and look out. Here's a shot, scored! Blocker side high, we're tied up.
Turnover in the Applejacks end, and it was Herneman, no mistake. Gets the pass, goes top shelf on Noah Bender. It's all tied up at 1, Steve.
Well, that just as the penalty was expiring, and key to clean, crisp exits. They couldn't do it that time, and Lakeshore took advantage of it.
The Canadiens made them pay a puck in no man's land, and it was Herneman that found the back of the net, Steve.
Even here in the second period with about 13 and a half to play. There's a giveaway shot, saved by Liberty, and Lakeshore can't clear the zone. Wellesley able to keep it in deep, twisting and turning behind the Lakeshore net. Back to the high slot. Canadiens there. Wellesley getting back defensively, backhanded towards the net, and behind the net, pass out in front, and Wellesley blocking the shot in on Bender. He's down, puck loose, net off, and that will stop the play.
We've been talking all season, Steve, about how important it is the shift after a goal for either team. That goal has elevated the play of the Lakeshore Canadiens. They're jumping here, they're buzzing, and they're doing their best to get right in front of Noah Bender.
Little more intensity now that the Lakeshore Canadiens have found their first goal of this game. Applejacks went out on the draw, sent to the near side down the ice. This is going to go for icing. So they'll have to reset. We'll check in with Alec in just a few moments as he's roaming around the players' benches. Face off to the far side in the Wellesley zone. Applejacks with another face-off win. Here's Glazer on the far wing. Hoff has to chase it down to the near boards, cleared by Lakeshore up through center ice. And they get it into the Applejacks end. Higginbottom wanting a pass, but they couldn't get it to him, and now Wellesley gets it the other way. Hoff sends it deep into Lakeshore territory. That'll chase Garvey back for it, but Liberty will play it to the far boards. Now Walker's there. He's tied up by Katsubi. Garvey back to pick it up in behind the net, and sent up to Walker in over the blue line. Crisscross, Walker coming in, sets up, toe drag, trying to get as close as possible. That shot partially blocked, and maybe one too many moves, not getting a good chance. Katsubi, on the other hand, just fires it in wide of the net. Garvey to pick it up for Lakeshore. Head up, looking around, Higginbottom receives it at center ice, being watched closely by the Applejacks, now back in Wellesley territory. Coming to the near side, kept in by LeBlanc. Scarlett trying to catch up to Romani, who gets it across. Blue line, though, kept in by Lakeshore. Near side, here's LeBlanc. Cuts to the middle, but his shot's deflected, and it's the other way by Silvera. Silvera into the Lakeshore zone. Fable takes a hit. Puck squirts loose. Fable gets the puck now. Chased by Silvera. Up the far side to the blue line and out. That'll force Wellesley to regroup. Flipped over to the near side. And now moved out by Lakeshore. Right back in, though. And Fable has to chase it down in his own zone again to the near corner. Here's Albano off the glass, and that gets out all the way down the ice. And icing is the call. Let's go down to Allen.
Thanks, guys. One interesting tidbit down here. Keep an eye on the ice conditions. I've seen a couple of the Wellesley players down on their bench flipping skates. I'm not sure if that has anything to attribute to the ice down here, but I can tell you one thing. Right here behind the Wellesley net, it is very cold. So I don't know if they're trying to keep the ice frozen. It looks really soft right now. So again, just something to keep an eye on. Keep an eye on slips and things like that from these players. Back upstairs to you guys.
Something you always run into with the warmer weather. Ice conditions, always a consideration. We'll see how the teams adapt, but so far, a little more jump on both sides here in the second period. Coming up to the midway point, tied at 1. Lakeshore attacking in the offensive zone. Missed pass there, though, and Lakeshore had to come back to get it. Wellesley now up through the middle. This one is waved off as it goes into Canadiens territory. Now it pops out, and face-off will be in the Lakeshore end.
It was the back Canadiens D. Galvin that didn't get his stick down. Linesman kind of called his bluff there, waved it off. They were looking for an icing there. A lot of stretch passes, probably the most stretch passes I've seen in round robin and the first couple of games here. They must be watching some of my old timers games, Steve, because that's the way I play too.
So they'll line up in the Canadiens' end. Into the corner, Doe rips it around to the far side. Wellesley there to keep it in to the face-off circle, and now Novako will chip it up to the blue line, but not out. Missed opportunity there. Dorbecker can't get it close to the net, and it's moved out by the Canadiens. Herdeman coming up over the blue line, offside though. And a late shot here, and Wellesley's going to take exception to it. And looks like number 22, O'Donnell, is in the mix. Dorbecker all taking exception to that shot after the whistle. O'Donnell still jawing away.
Looks like they're going to take two, Steve.
Yeah, O'Donnell and Herdeman are going to go to the box. So, wondering if Herdeman will get the call for shooting the puck after the whistle, and O'Donnell for a little bit of the rough stuff.
Owen O'Donnell, the Elmira native, 20-year-old. His brother Jack plays for the Listowel Cyclones, if I have that right.
And you do.
I do. There I go.
So even aside here after the offsetting penalties, puck into the Lakeshore zone, cleared up the far side. Wellesley scoring in the first period on a beautiful shot and follow-up by Katsubi, while the Canadiens even it up in the second. It is an unsportsmanlike call against Herdeman. And roughing after the whistle for O'Donnell. So that's the offsetting calls here as Liberty will cover it up and face off in the Lakeshore end. 9:19 remaining here in the second period. Still neither team really establishing offensive presence.
Not really, Steve. They'll take 30, 40-second pockets of aggression below the goal line, but then both teams go back into a shell, playing careful and just trying to tromp on opportunities, and that's how Lakeshore got their first goal.
Albano up the ice on the far side. The defenseman flips it into the Wellesley end and will give chase. Picked up though by Sealing along the end boards. Katsubi can't keep it in. This is Herneman coming in. Or Higginbottom, pardon me, number 20. And net comes off, so that will stop the play.
The captain, Albano going deep below the goal line there, trying to create some offense. Higginbottom couldn't pull the trigger, and I wonder about that net, Steve. It's been off its moorings all weekend here. We might have to go take a closer look at it, maybe throw some water down.
Wellesley winning the face-off in their own zone. Up the near right wing. They get it out down the ice, but Canadiens back responsibly. Now back into the Wellesley end, and they'll give chase. Puck to the far side. Clemmer plays it up through the middle, and Baker now trying to lead the rush, and offside will be the call to stop the play. So both teams happy with some starts and stops here. Interesting for Lakeshore, playing in Friday's contest, did sit 12 of their regular skaters who are back in the lineup today for this semifinal game. Wellesley sticking to their game plan. Everybody in Friday's contest and working away today. Long pass up the ice was tipped, works in Wellesley's favor, and they come shot wide of the net. And Wellesley fans with a little bit of a sigh there as that just whistled past that glove side post. Puck back into the Wellesley Applejacks zone. Out over the blue line, Sinisak there to pick it up for Lakeshore. Speed off the wing, Sinisak can't cut to the net with the puck. Took a little bit of a stumble. Puck deep in the Wellesley end, Sinisak there, looking for somebody in front. Pass out in front, and that shot was blocked as Sullivan came streaking in for the opportunity. Puck along the near side, cleared back to center. Now LeBlanc in Wellesley territory. Sullivan lurking to the front of the net again. In behind is LeBlanc. Looking around, penalty coming up here as Wellesley touches the puck. And slash is going to be the call. And it looks like number 23, Carson Wickie, going to the box for the slash. So our first opportunity to see the Lakeshore power play unit go to work.
Referee Marshall with the slash call on Wickie. Canadiens' first opportunity in the power play. Let's see how they move the puck around here, Steve.
All tied up at one. And Wellesley unable to clear, kept in by Scarlett. He'll spin it back to the blue line. Here's Cyrene to the near side. Walker sends it down low. And the Canadiens establishing their cycle game here early. And here they have it down below, and that tapped out of the air, saved by Bender. Goaltender able to get across and get a piece of that puck. Walker leaves it in the corner. Now Wellesley able to get it out, and they'll send two up the ice shorthanded. In deep to the Lakeshore zone. Good job by the Lakeshore defender to stop that rush, and now the Canadiens march it the other way. Looking for numbers. Here comes Scarlett. He gets tied up though, and it's cleared up the ice. Katsubi, one man to beat. Katsubi coming in, takes a shot, stick save by Liberty. And now moved up by Slaggio. In over the net. Far side, sends it towards the crease, but cleared by Wellesley. And 50 seconds left on the power play for Lakeshore. Garvey back to pick it up. You can see Lakeshore's plan to move the puck around, but then get it to the side of the net as close as possible and try to find the man in front. Won't be able to set up this time as Wellesley slams it down the ice. LeBlanc can't control the play. Now it's Higginbottom on the far wing, squeezes through a check. Higginbottom is in. Along the end boards, Higginbottom swings it up the far side. Lakeshore now working along the point. Here's Garvey. No shot. Now towards the net. Look out, sitting in a pile of feet, and Wellesley's going to be able to clear, and the Wellesley player tripped up. No call. And the Applejacks bench mystified about that one. Puck on the far side and cleared by Wellesley to the blue line. Applejacks coming in on the charge, looking for the shot. Knocked down again is Kyle Baker. He's had a rough shift and he looks a little slow. Applejacks cleared up the far wing. There's a hit. Physicality picking up here in the latter stages of the second period. Now here's Hamlin coming in near wing. Hamlin cross ice pass, but it was behind number 97. They keep it in though. Herneman can't get the shot away. He's tied up to the near side. There's a hit, and it's back to the Lakeshore blue line. Galvin will drop it back to Albano. Up the near side, down the ice. No icing on this drive, and that'll be Romani picking it up for Wellesley. Down the ice this time will be icing.
Wellesley Applejacks starting to throw their weight around here, Steve. Jake Clemmer, couple open ice hits there. That's their game plan. They need to finish checks on the Lakeshore's Canadiens. That's going to be the key to success for the Applejacks here. 1-1, 4:02 left in the second period. Tight checking game. Both goaltenders have played well.
Cleared down the length of the ice, and Liberty will play it. Far side now, the Canadiens back to pick it up, and Scarlett will drive that far wing. Two Applejacks there to hold his progress though as Penner gets it out of the zone. Right back in though for Lakeshore. Scarlett's in deep, trying to send it to the front of the net. Rides the pad of Bender, and he'll swallow that up for the whistle.
How about Sledo on the blue line there? That's skill right on the blue line, almost creating an offside, but skilled hockey players can do that. I, on one hand, couldn't. Gets the puck down low and gets a shot on Bender, so opportunity for the Canadiens.
Second period winding down here in this semi-final contest between the two teams. It's been pretty even so far. Scoreboard indicates that as well. Tied at 1. Here's Hoff now trying to move it out for Wellesley. He gets knocked down by Scarlett. Applejacks will pick it up. Penner throws it long, stretch pass, works this time to Katsubi, who was left alone. Katsubi deep in the zone. They have a man open, sneaking to the front of the net. They didn't see Sealing coming in, and now Lakeshore is going to be able to clear. Trying to get it by Sealing, but he knocked it over to the far side, and Clemmer gets it to center. Knocked in by the Canadiens. Back to play it. Wellesley near side. Hoff takes a hit. Lakeshore looked like they almost got caught with too many men. Puck into the Lakeshore zone. Katsubi fanned on his shot. Puck comes around to the near side. Stemler's there for Wellesley in behind the net. Looking for Katsubi in the high slot. Can't get him the puck. And Lakeshore will take over deep in their own territory. Walker now will carry it out up through center ice. Walker, some real estate coming in. Takes a hit after he delivers the pass to the near side. Puck along the end boards. Battle for it. Over to the far side. We got two players all tangled up here. And just inside the Wellesley blue line, it's 4-on-4 the other way. Here's a shot, that's blocked. Two Lakeshore Canadiens get in the way of the shot. Novako and Stemler were all tied up inside the Wellesley zone. And now play is whistled down. Offside indicated.
It looked a bit like high school wrestling there for a second, Savvy.
Face-off will be in the Wellesley zone. I'll have to add some seconds on the clock here as it was still winding down after the whistle had gone. Face-off will be to the near side in Applejacks territory. Lakeshore forced to get back. That allows Wellesley to play it to the far side, off the glass and into the Lakeshore zone. Watch out, there's a blast. That hit the back of a leg and deflected to the near side. Wellesley on it right away. Pass out in front, intercepted by Lakeshore. Sinisak on the near wing. Sinisak throws it into the Wellesley zone. On the far boards. Lakeshore trying to hem it in. O'Donnell sends it back over to the far side. It's off the glass and out.
This is the last minute of the second period.
Last minute of play here in the second period. Both teams trying to find an edge somewhere, somehow. But defensively, each team shutting down rushes, not allowing extended play in their own zones. Applejacks have it now. Romani sends it over to the far side. O'Donnell trying to tip it out, needs some help. Will get it again and swings by a Lakeshore player. O'Donnell will send it into the offensive zone. Canadiens can't chip it out. Here's Scarlett now with the play. He sends it up to the near side. Back for it, Sealing though, as the Wellesley defender knocks it away to negate any offensive rush. Back through the middle again. Foot race as McCombs comes in for it. And Lakeshore there to turn it around the other way with just seconds left in the period. Looking for a shot here, and they're not going to get one as the buzzer goes. And we are tied at 1.
Knotted at 1, Steve. Third period to go. At times, that period provided some physical play, some good action. At other times, it was just consistent icings back and forth. That tells me that both teams don't want to make a mistake.
All right, let's go down to Alec.
Thanks, guys. I got Matthew Herneman here. Game tying goal. Take me through it.
I was coming off of a change. I saw Bison over there kind of win a battle, get it to the middle of the ice, and just let it go, and it went in.
20 minutes of hockey. We're tied at 1. 20 minutes to go to the final tomorrow. What do you guys got to do?
We got to keep playing our game. We've been talking about playing a full 60 for a long time now. So if we can finish out these last 20 minutes, I think we'll have a good shot at it.
Thanks and good luck.
Yeah, have a good one.
Back upstairs to you guys.
It's close, tied at 1 after 40 minutes of play. Third period coming around the corner. It's the Schmalz Cup Provincial Tournament here from Woodstock, brought to you by the Dairy Farmers of Ontario. We'll milk up shortly, coming up with the third. third period soon to be underway here. Lakeshore and Wellesley in semifinal number 1 at the PJHL Schmalz Cup tournament. Good afternoon, Steve Sandberg along with John Colias. We have Alec on the boards this afternoon. Glad you could join us along with 519 Sports as we get ready to go. Lakeshore finding the equalizer in the second period.
Lakeshore finding the equalizer. It was Herman in on a turnover, no mistake. Beats Noah Bender glove side. That made it 1-1. And we're looking forward to an exciting third period. Second period had pockets of pressure, but both teams reverted back to their defensive, looking for opportunities. So let's see if things open up here, Steve, in the third.
Oh, it's interesting, too, because neither power play, they've been limited number of power plays, but neither team has taken advantage of them whatsoever. Very tight checking, tight defensive zone play here. And we'll see what the third period brings as we're underway once again from Woodstock. Play through center ice. Kitsubi will send it up ahead to Hoff, who's in for Wellesley. There's a shot. Liberty with the save easily made. Liberty made a fine save in the second period, Johnny K. You're talking about pockets of pressure. He made about 3 saves consecutively. Wellesley unable to score.
Yeah, he sure did. And I want to watch the tape again, but I think it went right pad, left pad, sprawled out glove. So that's, he was busy, the veteran goaltender, keeping his team in it, Steve.
Puck in the Lakeshore zone over to the far side and to center ice. Kitsubi couldn't play it cleanly, and look out, Lakeshore breaks in. There's a shot wide of the Wellesley net. Near side, Fable able to keep it in. Around the net, Applejacks play it off the boards. There's Fable again to work the blue line. Towards the net, nobody there for Lakeshore, and Wellesley able to clear up the ice. Albano back for the Canadiens. Puck comes to the near side. Baker in on the forecheck. Nice steal by Baker, but it's cleared nonetheless, so the Canadiens will move the puck down the ice into the Wellesley zone. Penner on the far side, all the way down, and he has Baker at the blue line, flipped to the near side, driven to the net well wide. Canadiens on it quickly. Higginbottom can't clear. Wellesley charging in on the forecheck, but the Canadiens calmly bring it out. Up to center ice. Look out, here comes Scarlett. Scarlett with the move! Saved by Bender. And he clears it away with the big paddle. And now jumps out of play, and Bender tested on a Scarlett rush.
Yeah, the Windsor native Bryce Scarlett, I don't think he had a handle on it, probably wanted more stick. But Bender with the save. Scarlett all alone. That's the first opportunity for the Canadiens. Game still deadlocked at 1.
Face-off win, Doe with the shot. Deflected wide of the net. Now Canadiens on it right away. Pass knocked away by Wellesley. They'll relieve some pressure, get it down the ice. Canadiens bang it the other way. Wellesley gets it to center though. Applejacks send it into the zone. There's a shot that's partially blocked. Now it's the Applejacks sneaking into the offensive end here. Butler cycles it down low. Dorbecker with a hit. Here's O'Donnell at the blue line, keeping it in. That'll chase Galvin around to the far side. Galvin will get it to the blue line, and it's helped out to center. Wellesley right there to pop it back in. Forecheck comes in a hurry. McCombs on the ice now. Dorbecker down low in the corner. Watched by Doe. In comes Scarlett for support. Puck up to the near blue line and out to center ice. Sealing will pick it up and throw it across to the far side. Wellesley into the offensive zone. Lakeshore back defensively. Nobody in front of the net. Here comes Kitsubi. Just couldn't get to the puck in time. It was sitting loose for a moment. Here's Hoff fighting off the defender. Sends it back to the point. Wellesley now setting up. There's a shot. Save Liberty. In behind the net, Kitsubi now to the near side. The goal scorer for Wellesley to Hoff. Hoff to Kitsubi. They have it. There's a shot into the glove of Liberty as McCombs let it go in a hurry.
Yeah, McCombs there with the shot. Liberty just standing tall, top of the blue. Made that save look routine. 16:51 left here in the third period. We're here in Woodstock at the Reeves Community Complex. Great Final Four action here.
Liberty making some adjustments to the gear, making sure everything is on properly. Away we go again. Shot through traffic. Liberty with the stick save. Near side Lakeshore. So Wellesley with a little bit of a spark here in the third period. Fable to pick it up off his goaltender. Fanned on the outlet pass. Got it back though. And this time we'll skate it up a little bit. Drop pass and flipped in the air. All the way down the ice. Romani reaching for it. Cleared over to the near side. Back to the near point. Kept in at the blue line, around the net, over to the far boards. Turning around, Sladjo out in front. Wellesley can't get it out. There's a shot, Albano. And that missed the net wide. Couple players falling in front of the Wellesley goaltender there. Bender allowing Lakeshore to keep it in and get a chance. There's a shot. And that puck was rolling awkwardly and the shot wasn't on target. Back to center ice, near side. Back to the Wellesley zone. Romani sends it up down far boards and Penner in on Liberty. He'll hold on to that for another face-off in the Lakeshore end.
Applejacks have to be careful in their own end there. That puck took a crazy bounce there. It was Navako in the slot with a quick shot. Bender with the save.
Lakeshore trying to tie up the puck after the face-off as it was pushed towards the net. Now over to the far boards. Lacey trying to dig at it. He's in the corner against Scarlett. Lacey trying to bowl his way through, but loses the battle against two Canadiens. Now Garvey looking for the outlet near side, and it's going to be moved up the ice by LeBlanc into the zone. LeBlanc sends it in deep along the end boards. Into the corner, they're digging at it. In the Wellesley end, Bison couldn't get it going towards the net. Now flipped out of play. Both teams doing a good job in their own zone, tying the puck up along the boards, Johnny.
Yeah, I agree with you. It was Bison in the corner. It was one Canadian, two Applejacks playing it safe. The second support for the Canadiens was just behind. He was waiting for a loose puck. Some good D-zone coverage, some good safe plays by both teams here.
Wellesley able to pick the puck off the draw. Here comes Hoff up the far wing. Gets it into the Lakeshore zone. Katsubi there. Sending along the end boards. Him and Hoff trying to work it out of the corner. Now Katsubi in a one-on-one against Doe. Puck on the near side. Hoff rubbed into the boards by Albano. Below the icing line now as two Applejacks go to work. Katsubi now on the near side, spins away, sends it behind the net. Nobody in front. There's a play to the near post, and that's steered away by Lakeshore. Lakeshore coming in. Here's a break. In comes a shot. Scores! Tyler Hamlin. Miscommunication at the blue line. Hamlin sneaks through and goes low underneath Bender. Make it 2-1 Lakeshore.
Yeah, props to Spencer Higginbottom. He played magician at the blue line. He made two Applejacks collide. Left the puck for Hamill. No mistake. Low on the ice. That's the goal, head goal for the Lakeshore Canadiens.
So opportunity, and Lakeshore able to sneak ahead here in the third period. It's amazing how you can be so opportunistic in situations, stretches of no offensive zone time, and then bam, go-ahead goal.
Yeah, go-ahead goal, and it was, like I said, Spencer Higginbottom there, just doing all the work on the blue line. Bad luck for the Applejacks. Two players collided, left Hamlin all alone.
Here's Glazer at the blue line off the draw, trying to shoot it through a player that was blocked, and Lakeshore will take control. Pass out the far left side, and the Canadiens trying to stretch the ice once again, but the Applejacks were there. Wellesley can't get it deep in Lakeshore territory, and it ends up in Wellesley's end. So for the first time today in the game, Wellesley is playing trailer. We'll see what their adjustments are, but it's going to be Wellesley trying to send the puck to the front of the net, now to the blue line. There's a shot for the point. That was blocked, never reached the target. Off the near boards, back to center ice. Back in to Wellesley territory. Glazer with it. Near side for Sealing. Stretched up to Dorbecker. He'll take a look around, has some space to walk it in. Wellesley gets it deep into the Lakeshore end. Around the net. It's going to be Silvera. Silvera here on the near side. Cycles it down low. Scarlett gives chase. Dorbecker trying to get to him in a hurry. But the Canadiens have a chance to roll it out over the blue line. They just squeeze it out. And now they'll look around to push it down the ice, and they do. Lakeshore into the offensive zone, but no chance derives from it, and it's back to center ice. 12.5 to play here in the third period. Canadiens with the 1-goal lead. They're in the zone again, but Wellesley makes quick work of that rush. Here comes Dorbecker up the far right wing, and it's tipped out of play. Alec on the boards tonight. We'll check in with him in the next stoppage, but what does Wellesley have to do now?
Wellesley's going to have to find a way to penetrate the trap. Last Sunday in Stayner, I watched the Canadiens play a round-robin game. They trapped for about 5 minutes. A 1-2-2. I'm going to expect it here the rest of the way.
Far side face-off. Wellesley with the shot. That was blocked and then sent into the near corner. Applejacks will have to find some time and space here to create an offensive opportunity as Lakeshore pushes the play up the ice into the offensive zone. Hamlin into the offensive end, but Wellesley able to take over. McCombs pass to the wing, knocked right back into the Wellesley end. Near side, Kitsubi squeezes through a check by Fable. Kitsubi gets the puck deep. Hoff gives chase. Around to the far side. Applejacks just can't get there to keep it in as Stemler has to come all the way back at his own end. Stemler feeds it far side, but nobody there except Canadiens. Lakeshore coming in with a chance. Pass to the side, backhanded, and saved by Bender as he tucked up to that near post. So a mistake by Wellesley doesn't cost them this time. Puck over to the far side. Lakeshore able to pick it up, and we're going to get a penalty here. Lakeshore is going to be flagged down for a penalty, and tripping will be the call. Let's go down to Alec.
Well, guys, I'm back in the penalty box for the first time in about 6 years or so. Anyway, look for Wellesley to be more aggressive. They've been really passive-aggressive in this period. Being tied, both teams don't want to make that mistake. Wellesley can't be afraid to make that mistake now, guys. They have to go for it. And again, a high-flying offense. Keep an eye on number 11, Baker. He's been quiet here tonight, but look for Baker to maybe get on the board and tie this thing up. And now here's a chance for them. They got to convert here, guys. Back up to you.
On the power play, there's a shot from Baker, number 11, who's working the blue line. Applejacks with the man advantage after that tripping call. Play in behind the net. Lakeshore unable to clear. Up to the near side. Baker will just dump it into the corner. Didn't have a shooting lane. Far side now. Applejacks working the perimeter giveaway, though, on the pass, and Walker's going to walk it up the ice as he comes into the offensive zone. Toe drag made a move, but Baker there to help out his defense partner, and he'll get it up through center. Applejacks get it into the offensive end, trying to push it towards the net. They come around to the near side. Pass across. Oh, and just off the stick of Kitsubi. Here's Baker again. Sends it along the end boards. Wicki Can't play it cleanly. Ripped around to the near side and goes out of play, so the faceoff should stay in the Lakeshore zone. Another power play opportunity. Again, neither team establishing anything with the man advantage.
Yeah, I think the days of the high umbrella getting shots from the top are over. Every PK pressures the top. You have to learn to play low hockey, try to get pucks from behind the net into slot. Quick little passes, Steve.
Baker, there's a low shot. Stick save by Liberty. Applejacks keep it in along the far boards. Shot towards the net. It's tipped. And to the near side, Baker had pinched in, looking for some help from McCombs, but it gets through everybody, and here comes Scarlett the other way. Scarlett into the offensive zone. Nice play there by Sealing to keep him wide, and ends up with the puck. Pass to the far wing. Now Sealing again with it, looking for the open side, and it's going to be McCombs coming into the zone. On the near boards, fell down. Sealing comes to follow up, and they keep it in deep, trying to get it to the front of the net, but it's tipped away, and here comes Slajo into the zone, chasing the Wellesley player Baker, who will now skate it up the ice slowly. Long shift on the power play. Now will go off for a change. There's Katsubi with the shot, and the rebound covered up by Liberty.
That's the guy who wants the puck. Kasubi, prime location across the top of the circle. Quick shot. Liberty with the save, top of the blue. 4 seconds left on the Applejacks power play. 9:11 left in the third period. Canadiens with a 2-1 lead.
Again, Katsubi shot there. The best chance on this power play. Puck to the blue line and just kept in by Glazer as penalty now over, and the Canadiens back to full strength here. 9:04 remaining in the third period. Wellesley's got to go to work, trying to find some intensity here for their hometown fans.
They need a spark. They need someone from their top 6 to get things going. Drive a net, don't miss an opportunity, get a shot on Liberty, rebounds, bounce pucks. That's how you're going to tie this game up, Steve.
Face-off win Lakeshore. They'll wrap it around to the near side. Glazer coming in with a hit. Puck along the near boards. Hoff can't chip it away, and the Lakeshore Canadiens move it out. Higginbottom high in the air into the near corner. Oh, there's a hit as Sinisak got crunched along the glass, and he'll skate to the bench to get new feet on. And there's going to be a penalty coming up here, and this time Wellesley going to the box, and it looks like there will be a penalty on that play. Number 10 for Wellesley, Glazer, going off for 2 minutes or less. A little bit of a discussion here between the referees. Boarding is going to be the call.
Yeah, Lakeshore on the power play. Like we spoke about before, Steve, not much happened from up top. Look for them to work the puck down low, somewhere below the goal line, to find a quick bump in the slot, a tic-tac-toe play. Applejacks obviously need to kill this. 8:35 left. Biggest penalty kill of the game and their season right here, Steve.
And they need as much of the clock as possible to try to find the equalizer here. Lakeshore looking to spread the lead, give them a little bit of a cushion. Back to the near point. Doesn't get out of the zone. And here comes Scarlett, drop pass, Bender down, there's a shot, and that's moved away from the net. Now picked up by Wellesley. In comes Silvera, drops it to your side. Butler in there as well. Now he'll peel away. Butler going to the front of the net. Silvera feeds it, Butler with the shot. Couldn't get any strength behind it though, and Liberty easily steers it away. Good shorthanded chance by the Applejacks. Lakeshore not needing to rush. They got a lead. They almost got too many men there as there's a little bit of a disruption along the Lakeshore bench. On the change, Higginbottom moving it around. Now chance to be cleared, and it just gets out over the blue line. Under a minute to go in the power play here for Lakeshore. Wound up by Walker. He's been skating all over the ice in this game. Lost the handle, though, and Wellesley able to clear it. Down in the Lakeshore zone, Doe will take his time, wait till things are set up. Near wing for Herneman into the Wellesley end. Look out, O'Donnell got tied up in a hurry by Novako. 3 Canadiens down low trying to dig it out to get possession. It's Walker coming out with the puck, and now Katsubi will pick it up. 3, Wellesley, Applejacks on the rush. There's a shot, save, rebound, and Liberty quick to cover it up as Katsubi was trying to curl in for an opportunity.
Yeah, Liberty, talk about confidence. About 3 feet outside the blue. Shoot the puck, try to beat me here, makes the save. Veteran goaltender, overage player for the Canadiens, keeping his team up a goal. 4 seconds left in the Applejack power play. No, in the Canadiens power play, excuse me.
Applejacks win the draw. There's a short side shot, and Liberty will hug the post again and make the save. So the only blemish on Liberty's scorecard tonight, Johnny K, was a post and in on a Katsubi goal back in the first.
Yeah, he's played well here tonight.
Face off win, and they score! The Applejacks tie it up! Right off the face off, and it's the Hoff with a hard shot, sneaks underneath the pads of Liberty, and we're tied.
Yeah, the 20-year-old from Cambridge, Ontario, Adam Hoff, beats Liberty 5-hole. We're all tied up at 2 here, 6:30 left, third period.
Well, we said the Applejacks needed a spark, and there it is. The penalty had expired. It will go down as an even strength goal. Applejacks on the attack again. Towards the net, high slot picked off by Lakeshore. And they'll carry it into the Applejacks end. Sullivan into the offensive zone. Cross-ice pass picked off, and the Applejacks will get it out over the blue line. Back into Wellesley territory. Up through center ice. This is Baker coming in on the backhand towards the net. And steered away by Liberty with the big paddle. Puck along the near side. Here's Walker again. He'll just flip it in on Liberty as the Applejacks go for a change. 5:40 remaining here in the third period. Now we'll see how the teams set up as time ticks away. Puck to the far side. Hoff can't play it cleanly. Gets some support though and has it again. Up through center ice, backing up the 2 Canadiens defense. Nice plays. Katsubi! Oh, fanned on the shot. Liberty was down. Puck's underneath him now. And play is whistled. Dead. What a play by Hoff and Katsubi, and it just hopped the stick of 14.
Yeah, what a play there by Katsubi. Liberty sprawled out. He does the scissors and closes to the puck there, gets the whistle in the blue paint, but confidence is the advantage of the Wellesley Applejacks. They have some fire. It's 2-2.
Back to the Wellesley blue line. Applejacks stretch it to the near side. Dorbecker couldn't get it into the Lakeshore zone. Sent in by Herneman. Trying to seal the near side. Dorbecker digs at it to the blue line. Gets to center. And the Applejacks just fighting their way through a crowded house. Liberty plays it. Intercepted behind the net. Stick battle between 2 players. Applejacks on the puck first. Kick back to the point. Shot towards the net, partially blocked. Here's Dorbecker. And now the Applejacks finding some avenues in the offensive zone. Silvera to the far side. Has it. Will cycle it back to the corner. Centering pass did not work, and it's picked off by Slaggio. And he sends it up to Walker. Walker tips it to the middle of the ice, trying to follow it up. Bouncing puck. Nobody can control it cleanly. Now it's up ahead Clemmer into the zone, but he's easily handled due to numbers. And Lakeshore Canadiens get it the other way. Hammered on the far boards as Walker went down, but the Applejacks get it to center, and they'll move it in a little further. Here come the Applejacks. Big hit on Wiki as he tried to get a shot away. Now it's Fable, the defenseman, coming all the way into the Wellesley end. Fable takes a hit. Applejacks take over possession. Pass off the mark back to center ice. And this is almost the most it's been open all game here in the latter stages of the third period, and we're tied. Puck back into the Lakeshore end. Liberty leaves it there for Garvey. Kitsubi will peel away from the front of the net. And left wing rush by the Canadiens as they get it into the Wellesley end to the near corner. Higginbottom in deep, but it's moved out by Kitsubi. Up the near wing, going to the net is Hoff. They've got a trailer as well. 27, saved by Liberty, and he'll cover it up. Justin McCombs missing an opportunity there.
Yeah, that's the Kitchener native overage player for the Applejacks. Justin McCombs driving the net. Gets a piece of the puck. Liberty with the save. And like you said, Steve, the game has opened up. Both teams want to get the next one. They feel that they want to play on a Sunday, and who wouldn't in the Schmalz Cup final?
Hoff in the near corner has the equalizer for the Applejacks. Like to add the winner to his resume, but it's going to be Lakeshore up the ice instead. It's 2-on-1 coming in. Walker gets tied up. The pass into his skates. Couldn't get a shot away. Canadiens can't maintain possession deep in the Wellesley zone. McCombs will send it up the ice far side, picked up by Albano. Right back into the Wellesley end. Under 2.5 to play here in the third period. Katsubi dancing around. Katsubi in deep, poked away by Liberty though. Puck to the near side and flipped high in the air down the ice. Penner with it. Fired across to the far side and flipped into Lakeshore territory. Comes over to the near boards and picked off by Clemmer. Off the end boards, trying to dig it out was Wiki. Knocked down to the blue line, not kept in. O'Donnell couldn't get there in time as the Applejacks were changing. This allows Lakeshore to reset in their own zone. They'll move it up through center ice. Hamlin coming in, falls, coughs up the puck, and the Applejacks will take it the other way. Here's Walker. Walker coming in on the far side, but offside, and 1:36 left here in the third. Dare we say the magic word?
No, I was thinking it, but 1:36, lots of time left here for either team. But I have suspicion that there might be a period for Savvy. We'll see.
A suspicion.
Reasonable and probable grounds.
Puck back into the Wellesley zone. Now to center ice, and the Applejacks will try to chase it down. Dorbecker, speed into the corner. On him was Sullivan. Dorbecker passing it out to the far circle. Good coverage by Scarlett, and it's out to the Wellesley end. Here comes Higginbottom. Higginbottom trying to center it, but Wellesley back defensively, and they'll get the puck out of the end. Puck to the far side. In Wellesley territory. Down to the final 60 seconds of this period. Don't go anywhere, folks. This is going to be a photo finish. Here comes Silvera. Up over the blue line. Dorbecker lurking around the near side. Now he'll peel away. And the top line for the Applejacks come out for the final push. Puck to the far side. Glazer able to take control. They're in onside. Here's a shot saved by Liberty way at the top of the crease and able to cut down the angle easily.
Yeah, 31.2 seconds left. Liberty with the save.
Face-off won by the Applejacks. Kitsubi with the shot, and the blockers swatted that puck away. off on the near side, gets it back into the Lakeshore zone. Well, you can't get any better than this. Evenly matched through 60 minutes of regulation. And we could be going into overtime here. Just seconds left on the clock. The Applejacks happy just to keep it along the boards, and that will do it. As the Wellesley Applejacks find the tying goal in the third period. And they are going to overtime.
Overtime, the most exciting time in hockey, the most exciting play, goal, save. It's overtime, and I'm looking forward to it, Steve.
So both teams will take an intermission break here and get set. Next goal definitely will win the game. Let's go down to Alec.
Thanks, guys. I got Adam Hoff with me. Massive goal, maybe the biggest one you've scored. Take me through it.
We were running a little overload on the face-off. Puck squirted out to me. I just fired it on net. Lucky it went through there. Felt good.
2-2, overtime coming up. First overtime here this weekend. What do you guys got to do to come out on top?
We just got to continue to play our game, keep putting pucks in deep, play that blue-collar hockey, and we'll get the W.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Adam Hoff, guys, tied it up at 2. Here we go, overtime, buckle up. Sending it back up to you guys up top.
Most magical time for hockey, yes, overtime. The players getting a well-deserved rest. We'll be back with the OT here at the Schmalz Cup tournament in Woodstock, brought to you by the Dairy Farmers of Ontario. Overtime, the Wellesley Applejacks and Lakeshore Canadiens here at the Schmalz Cup tournament from Woodstock. I'm Steve Sabbert along with John Colias, Alec on the boards, and our 519 sports crew here this afternoon. The Hoff with the tying goal in the third period.
I loved his interview after there when he called his team's play blue-collar hockey. That explains it to a T. The Wellesley Applejacks are one shot away from getting to the Schmalz Cup final. As for the Lakeshore Canadiens, they want another goal because they want to try to repeat as Schmalz Cup champions. Overtime, greatest time, greatest opportunities, greatest memories made here in Woodstock.
Quickly, your picks for the overtime winner.
Ooh, quickly, I'm going to go with Kasubi for the Applejacks and Sledo for the Canadiens.
All right, I'm going to go with Justin McCombs for Wellesley, and I will go with Walker for Lakeshore. And they just happen to be taking the opening face-off, and overtime is underway as the puck is into the Lakeshore zone. Over to the far side, Applejacks able to keep it in as Hoff sends it around to the near boards. And Lakeshore and Wellesley have played pretty tight in their own zones. Here's Walker now, dancing it up through the ice, shot wide of the net. Far side, Slaggio there. He sends it wide. Albano trying to keep it in. His shot on the net steered away by Bender. Applejacks there to pick it up off the glass, but not out. And now McCombs will ease it back and take a look. Changes for Lakeshore here. Puck up the ice, intercepted by Scarlett. Can't get it deep into Wellesley territory, and Lakeshore is forced back to pick it up in their own end. Off the near side, cleared back through center. Both teams not taking any chances, as basically playing ping pong with it through the neutral zone, and this one will be icing. Just a little bit of overtime history for you as our crack research team pulling up the Lakeshore Canadiens 5-hour overtime marathon through these playoffs. They beat Wheatley in a 5-hour behemoth of a game. Here's the chance in front. Liberty with the save as Kyle Baker tried to sneak around the net, but Liberty had it all covered up. But 5 hours, wow, that's a lot of hockey.
That's a lot of time, 5 hours. You could do a lot of, cut your grass, you could do so many things in 5 hours. Get groceries, make lunches in, 5 hours. It's a long time.
Face-off win by Wellesley. Here's Glazer. Walker sends it into the corner. Played by Lakeshore up the near side. Glazer on the forecheck. Puck kept in. High shot hit the side of the net. Down is Liberty. Puck is loose. Lakeshore able to clear it. My goodness, talk about crashing the net. And now the Canadiens 2-on-2. Here comes Garvey. A shot steered wide by Bender. Puck to the far boards. Walker with it. Can't send it down the ice. Lakeshore will control. Now it's up ahead into the Wellesley zone. Played over to the far corner. Pinching in Doe. Keeps it in deep momentarily. Wellesley can't lift it out. And it's stuck along the sideboards now, cleared down the ice, and this one will roll for icing. And again, both teams not taking any chances, clearing it when they have the opportunity.
Liberty had to stand tall there. It was Wiki driving the net, gets his own rebound. Liberty keeps that pad tucked right beside that left post. Keeps it a tie game here.
Both teams standing up in the respective benches, waiting to see the puck cross a goal line. And here comes Walker into the zone. Walker shot partially blocked. Lakeshore maintains possession momentarily. Now it's chipped out to center ice as Galvin couldn't handle it cleanly, and now the Canadiens will reset in their own end. Albano, nice pass up to the far side. Into the zone they go. Here comes Walker, puts on the brakes, trying to feed it back, but coughs it up instead. And the Applejacks will move it up down the ice into Lakeshore territory. Here's Silvera, keeps it in deep, picked up by Walker. Leaves it there for his captain. Across to the far side, and the Canadiens get it to the blue line, but not and out, but Katsubi chopped it down and sent it into the Lakeshore end. Here comes Butler on the forecheck. Katsubi on the far side. Can't find it. Walker is there, and the Canadiens will send the puck up the ice. Katsubi read that play, though, and he'll turn it the other way with speed. Here comes Katsubi. Can't get a shot away as Fable was in his way, and now tied up along the boards. Picked up by Huff, though, and it's poked off his stick and sent down the length of the ice. Penner back to play it for Wellesley. Up ahead, Katsubi couldn't tip it into the Lakeshore zone, and now it's going to be Scarlett coming in. Scarlett's going to take a shot. That's blocked. And the Applejacks turn it the other way. Long shift for Katsubi. He's into the offensive zone, puts on the brakes, over to Hoff. Hoff with a shot. Down Liberty, they score! Kobe Sealing seals the deal. Applejacks win it 3-2.
Wow. Hometown crowd. It's Woodstock, Ontario, but you'd think we're in Wellesley. They're excited for their team. They're going to the Schmalz Cup final Sunday. What a goal.
Both teams came in with a game plan, and for the most part, both executed what they wanted to do. Lakeshore had a third period lead. Johnny K 2-1. A great shot by Adam Hoff, ties it up, takes them into overtime, and just a great offensive play off the rebound.
Yeah, just getting the puck to the net, getting the rebound, and ending this game, as Adam Hoff explained it, blue-collar hockey. That's what the Wellesley Applejacks did today. They dug in deep, and like I said, they're going to be playing tomorrow in the Schmalz Cup final.
So we'll stick around for a couple of minutes here as they have some player presentations to make, and we'll check in with Alec as soon as possible. But of course, right now, the Wellesley Applejacks celebrating on the ice as they head to their own blue line and congratulate each other. But what a fantastic show these two teams put on this afternoon. Let's go down to Alec. He's on the ice right now.
Guys, what an electric environment it is down here. These fans are loud. And I can't wait for tomorrow because Wellesley in the final now. So we'll go down to the presentations, and I'm going to try and get the Overtime Hero on the stream after here. So let's go down to the ice right now.
Thank you, Alec. Yes, and guess who gets Player of the Game honors? It is going to be number 12, Kobe Sealing, as he gets the handshake. But you got to give credit to the goaltender as well, Noah Bender. What a fantastic game. Koff gave up the early goal, but as you always say, bend, don't break.
Ben don't break. The 16-year-old Waterloo native played the biggest game of his hockey career today, and he kept his team in it, and he gave his team an opportunity, and it was Kobe Sealing with the winner for the Applejacks that sends them to the Schmalz Cup final tomorrow at 2 o'clock, Steve.
Yeah, the only question now is who are they going to play? The next semifinal featuring Stainer and Clarington. The opening face-off scheduled for 5 p.m. as one of the greatest moments in playoff hockey beyond overtime is the handshake. Both teams congratulating each other. And
you know, let's throw some props out to the Lakeshore Canadiens. Overagers playing their last game today. Liam Sinisak from Windsor, Ontario. It's Dean Albino, the captain from Windsor, Ontario, and Connor Fable. All three overagers, and the last one is Romano Liberti, like I said, goaltender. He was the OT winner last year in the Schmalz Cup. He played excellent today. All four overagers played their last game in the PJHL. Memories for a lifetime. Good luck, boys, in your continued ventures in hockey, life, or whatever you go to do.
Yeah, congratulations to the Lakeshore Canadiens on a fantastic season. And for the Wellesley Applejacks, they're going to advance to the finals tomorrow at 2 o'clock. And it looks like Alec has the overtime hero. Let's go down to him, ice level.
Kobe Sealing, we had you at the beginning of the game. We have you at the end. Take me to what you're feeling right now.
I'm just soaking it all in, you know. I want to get ready for tomorrow. We're not done yet. That's all I'm thinking.
What went through your mind on that goal?
I saw an option back door. I figured, hey, if I go there and it comes to me, that's a pretty good opportunity.
What do these fans all here, all standing up, pack this place, mean to you guys on this run you're gone on?
We're never going to forget these guys. They've supported us all season. They believed in us, and it helps us believe in ourselves.
Colby Sealing, overtime hero, the Wellesley Applejacks, headed to the Schmalz Cup final. How does that sound to you?
Pretty damn good.
There we are, guys. Colby Sealing, Wellesley. We'll see them tomorrow back upstairs.
Thanks, Alec, and what a feeling it must be, but an important note from Colby Sealing, we're not done yet.
I love that, and that's why he's an OA overage leader on this Wellesley Applejacks team, the New Hamburg native. Focus, attention to detail, we're not done yet. Those famous words, he's going to take that into the room. Let's soak it in for a couple minutes, boys, but let's be ready to play tomorrow in the final.
The excitement doesn't end. Stainer and Clarington coming up next in semifinal number 2. 3-2 final overtime, Wellesley over Lakeshore. Stay with us. Schmalz Cup PJHL action from Woodstock, Ontario, brought to you by Dairy Farmers of Ontario.